Hi everybody, welcome back. Sorry I've been gone for a little bit. You have found my channel about cross stitch. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, thank you for patiently waiting for me to make another video. I just kind of didn't have it in me the past couple weeks to make one. I was busy with work, and I think it's been 3 weeks, 4 weeks maybe. I think this is Flosstube 24. Since I filmed last, it's been Valentine's Day. I got my second COVID vaccine, which like totally knocked me out. And I've just been busy. We had a good Valentine's Day, and that's why this quilt is up. I didn't quite make it in time for Valentine's Day, but I got it like finished, the top finished piecing anyway a few days after, so I just thought I'd hang it up and show it to you as a kind of a finish for this video. It is a pattern by Maker Valley. It's actually free on their blog, or you can buy like a $3 PDF that doesn't have ads in it. I just pulled fabrics from my stash and pieced it together. And it's like a lap size quilt. It's not very big. But yeah, I will eventually get that quilted and on my, and you know, it'll be out for next Valentine's Day, hopefully. Other than that, life updates, there hasn't really been a lot going on, just work. Kids are good, husband's good. I have a vacation coming up in April, and I'm looking forward to it. I kind of need a break. I've been tired lately, but anyways, I am participating in March Madness, so I will show you that. But before all that, I did have a couple finishes for February. I have a decent amount of haul just because it's been a couple weeks since I filmed. So yeah, let's get started. First I will do the only FFO I brought up here. I finished this one recently, and I showed you this before because I had February's on it, but I stitched this March. Wordplay by Brenda Gervais. It's stitched on a piece of Be Stitch Me Ada. I think it's 14 count. And I kind of, the colors are similar to what's on the cover, but I just pulled from my stash. Here's the cover photo. So this just sits on my hedge. This box came from Hobby Lobby. And then I can fit all the finished ones on the inside. So that's good. And then next, I think I finished this one. And I kind of have it tentatively placed in this box just because I think I might finish it in here. I don't know. I would stain this. But this is a Silver Creek Samplers pattern called Promise of Spring, I think. It's kind of hard to see. I didn't do a great job at picking this dark floss. It's hard to see up here. The fabric is a Be Stitch Me Ada. I think it was called, I don't remember. And I just did colors and similar to what the cover photo was. Sorry, I don't have that with me. But that's another kind of finish. Not quite, almost finished. The next, so this is like end of February. I was kind of just wanting to get things finished. So I was going through stuff that I had started in Mania and things that were close to a finish to see if I could knock them out. And so I did a couple of them. So this was another Mania start last year. Silver Creek Samplers, Dandy Dreams. I stitched it on a piece of 14 count fabric flare with similar colors. I just pulled them from my stash. This purple, I ran out of the color. I knew I was going to cut it close as far as it was like Weeks Dye Works. It's a purple in Weeks Dye Works, and so consulted my husband to see what color I should do Dreams and Grow. And he suggested blue, and I think it turned out pretty good. It's a little bit hard to see, but I think I'll probably just pop it into a frame if I can find a good frame. So that was one finish. And then I pulled out this wee bird, St. Patrick's bird, wee one by Heart and Hand, and I got that stitched up pretty quick. I need to FFO this so I can put it out. I'll probably finish it into a pillow. It's stitched with similar colors, but I don't think it's the called for on a piece of like 30 count linen, mystery linen. This stitch right here is like some specialty stitch. I don't know how it turned out. It looks okay. I didn't like it when I first stitched it, but it doesn't look too bad now on this button. That's that. And then my last kind of springtime finish, this was also a Mania start. It's a pattern by Pedal Pusher called Fresh Picked Tulips. I got this, I got the floss in a kit from her Etsy website, Etsy store, I believe. The fabric is Parchment by Fabric. I think it's called Parchment, yeah, it's by Fabric Flare. So yeah, this was a Mania start, and I finished it shortly before March Madness started. So yeah, I kind of thought about finishing this as a like a flat fold stand-up kind of thing, like Lana, you see like a lot of the finishers do. But I don't know. I'll have to measure the dimensions and see. So that was that. That was a good couple finishes. I still have an outrageous number of whips. I think my count is around 40. And that's not stopped me from starting things, but it is slowing down on the starts anyway. Okay, so that's that. Things are a mess around here. I'm just trying to organize chaos. Okay, and so then March Madness started, and so I am, as you've probably all heard, Steel City Stitchers, March Madness. I am doing one whip, so I'm picking 8 projects, 4 are whips and 4 are new starts, and each like combo is the same designer. So the first 2 days, which if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen some of my progress. I've figured out how to do stories and do polls, so that was kind of I feel like I'm feeling old lately. Like I don't know how to use the new hip technology stuff, and I used to pride myself on how good I was at technology, and now it's just like, nope, I'm happy with what I know, and I can usually figure stuff out, but I don't know, random tangent, but yeah. So figuring out Instagram stories made me feel kind of good about myself, which is ridiculous, but anyways. Okay, so the first like matchup was Hands-On Design and Priscilla Blaine, their patterns. So you've seen these before because I've shown them in like whip parades and stuff. But this is Spring Seasons and Chalk in February 26, I don't know, maybe April 2016. It's in Just Cross Stitch magazine. Sorry, I don't know what issue it is. When I pulled this out as a whip, all I had was the G done, and so I added PRIN. And really, this only got like worked on my lunch break in the car, and maybe a few minutes before work. So really not a whole lot of time I didn't put into it. I'm stitching it on 16 count chalkboard black with the called for fancy floss. And that went up against, this was a new start, Hip Hop Chalk Full, again by Hands-On Design, the drawing by Priscilla Blaine. I have like all of these except for 2 kitted up, and I got the buttons for this particular one. I'm not stitching it with, it's like a mix of the called for colors. and the just ones from my stash. So here's I think Pumpkin Harvest and Bean Sprout are probably called for. This is what I'm going to use for the white old lace, Victorian motto. Oh, I think I'm going to do the jar purple because I saw, oh, what's her name? A Stitch for Mom? Yeah, A Stitch for Mom. She used to make Flosstube videos, but I haven't seen any lately. But yeah, she did the jar in purple, and I really liked that. Pink for the bunny, and then I have this blue in here just in case I don't like the purple jar, but I'm probably going to do purple on the jar. But this is as far as I got on the, again, this was a new start. Really, the only time I had to work on it was like lunchtime before work, and then at lunchtime at work. So one carrot done, the other carrot started. This was the winner between those two. So this will advance to the next round, and I will put, for round 2 of March Madness, I'm going to put 2 days of work into each project. And the goal for this, if it wins, would be to FFO it, to fully finish it. Really, that's the goal for all of them. Some of them might just be to finish the stitching, but this is stitched on 14 count chalkboard black Ada, and I already showed you the floss. But so that'll get 2 more days of work, and depending on how much time I get, like if it's a work day or if it's an off day, you know, we'll decide how much progress I make. So right there. Okay, and then the next matchup was just stitching with the housewives pieces. So the whip is Long May She Wave, and you've seen this before. I kind of griped about how I don't really care for stitching on Monaco. This is a 28 count Monaco that I dyed myself with charcoal gray Rit, and I just feel like it's kind of stiff. Not stiff, it's thick, so it's harder to do the sewing method and stitch in hand, which is how since I learned how to do that last year, that's the only way I really like to stitch. So, but I got this part put in. Again, it was only lunchtime stitching because I worked every day last week. So, but yeah, so this went up against, and I'm stitching that with the called for floss. I think I got the floss pack from like Fat Quarter Shop when they had it. That went up against a new start, which is Here Comes Peter Cottontail. This I am stitching on a piece of 28 count black Jubilee, which is kind of tough to stitch on, but the more I stitch on it, it's getting easier, and I actually really like the way it looks. And stitching on it isn't bad as long as I have good light. But so this is all I got. Again, lunchtime stitching. I'm stitching it with like my own kind of, it's not a conversion, it's similar colors, but it's just floss from my stash. So this is as far as I got, but this one will advance to the next round and get 2 days of work. And again, depending on if it's work day or whatever, I should be able to get a good decent amount of progress into it. That is that one. Okay, and the next, they are Madame Chantilly is the designer. So my whip is Celebrate Spring. Her tiered tray. I was in the Happy Little Stitch Shop club. Basically, she sent you the kit once a month for what was one of the patterns. It was one of the, with the kit, with the called for floss and kind of fabric of your choice. I went for this one, it was 16 count Beta and I think French lace by Zweigart. So now in haul, you'll see the winter tray that I got. So I now have all the trays by her, all the tiered trays by her that she has out so far. So there's spring spring, summer, autumn, and winter. There's a Easter, there's a 4th of July, there's a Christmas, and there's a Halloween. And these things are big. The only ones I have started is spring and 4th of July, I think. Yeah. Anyways, so it's what they called for DMC, which I really like the color palette. Like when these DMCs are together, they're really pretty together on the floss ring, I think. But here is my progress. I should put it. I do have a bigger board, but it has stuff on it. So again, this was only lunchtime stitching. No, actually I worked on it a little before work, but I can't remember. I had most of the top done. I think I finished filling in the cup. I finished the white in this banner, the white on her dress. I think I did this little vase here. I started outlining the sheep. So yeah, that's what I have done. And I kind of finished halfway through a stitch, so there's a needle hanging in there. So that is that, and then that goes up against, so today I am going to start this one by her, this big one by Madame Chantilly. It's called April Dolce Dormire, but she's Italian, but I think it means April Sweet, or April Sweet Sleep. It's pretty cute. I am stitching it. I think I have the called for. Sorry, I haven't put it on my floss drops yet, but called for DMC. I'm gonna stitch it on this Be Stitch Me. What's it called? Sand Dollar. This is part of the February fabric of the month. Sorry, that was a spoiler, but I've seen a lot of YouTubers talk about getting this, so hopefully you weren't spoiled. It's been received already, so I have to start that. And then I will post on my stories the progress I made on both, and then probably I will either do that tonight or tomorrow morning to see which one advances. I kind of hope it's the tiered tray just because I really do want to finish that one, but we'll see. And then, so for the last two, it's today. I never said, today is Saturday, March the 6th. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon. And one kid is probably watching TV, the other kid is napping, and my husband is, I don't know what he's doing, organizing his truck or something. Okay, so the next matchup is Jeanette Douglas. I think it's Jeanette Douglas, no, they're different people. The blue flower, no, just Jeanette Douglas, sorry. I wonder if that's right. So this was, I have to double check now. This is my plan as my new start. So not tomorrow, but the next day, so the 8th, to start this, Jump into Spring by Jeanette Douglas. It's kitted up with the called for floss. There are some specialty stitches in here, so I kind of wanted to practice, or get, practicing with that. I'm just going to stitch it with a piece of like random 28 count, what's it say? It just says 28 count even weave in the color Mushroom that I got at a like a secondhand store, craft store. So it was only $1. But it looks like, it came from Hobby Lobby. It was only $3 to begin with, but I don't know how long ago that was. And then I had planned to put it up against this one called Let Joy Be Unconfined. This is where I'm at. This was a Be Well and Stitch release, freebie, not release, freebie. Let me pull up my Well, but I'm gonna have to change my plans because this is by the Blue Flower, and I had wanted it to be two people to the same designer. So I don't know. I might just keep my same plans because I guess the other option I have Blackbird piece that I might do because I have a Blackbird small and I have a stocking that I wanted to start. Maybe that's what I'll do. That is probably what I'll do. Sorry, spur of the moment discussion of change plans. Sorry, I did kind of segue into plans there, but now they've changed, so it doesn't really matter what I was talking about. Yeah, so that had been my initial plan, but now I'm changing it to, so it's going to be, a whip will be the pattern Blackbird by Blackbird Designs that I've shown you before because I've had it as a whip for a little while. I could easily finish that one. I just got to put the time into it. And then I have another little stocking, March of the Daffodils by Blackbird Designs that I wanted to start. And I have it all kitted up. I'm looking over at my whips because it's somewhere over there. I just have to find it. Anyways, okay, I have a few more whips to show you that I worked on. Three of them were pre-March. So I'll start with those. I put a little bit more time into this Spring House Trio by Waxing Moon Designs. So I think I finished out this. I started the roof, finished the windows on that house. This is on a piece of Be Stitch Me 14 count with the called for fancy floss. I want to say the name of that fabric is Twinkle. I wrote it down as Slurple, but I think I have it mislabeled. So that was a little bit of progress on that whip. Yes, that could be a plan too. Never mind. Sorry, I'm just rambling. And then I put a little bit of time into this Starcy Girl Freebie 2020 Pandemic sampler. I was gonna try to do like a motif a day, and that quickly faded. So here it is. This is a piece of 40 count ale by Picture This Plus. I'm stitching it with one strand of floss over two. This is the bottom. So this is the bottom. Yeah, I got the top to bottom of the border. And then I have it all clipped up because it's kind of a lot of fabric to wrangle. But yeah, I was gonna do a motif a day, and then March started. And yeah, so that's a freebie by Starcy Girl on Instagram. Here's the floss. It's a mix of the called for and similar to just what I had in my stash. She charted it in DMC. So that was that. I don't know when I'll get back to that one. I'm kind of thinking about doing like a Monogamania instead of all the starts for Mania because I have a lot of big projects started and I don't know when I'm gonna, I want to finish a big project. Right now all I finish is smalls. So anyways, I think this is part of haul, but I got this from With Thy Needle and Thread, this new book, Jelly Bean Jubilee. Every single pattern in here I plan to stitch. They're all so stinking cute. There's 7 total. This book was like $20, but it is like really, really good quality. Color. The pages are nice. All of them are printed in color. And all the patterns are cute. I finished one. My husband's back mowing the grass, of course. Sorry if you could hear that. I finished one. This one is called Let's Paint Eggs. I think it's some of the called for floss, some just a conversion, or some just a pick from my stash. Yeah, I can't remember the name of this fabric. I think it's just 32 count natural by Zweigart, probably from Hobby Lobby. Yeah, so that was another whip. Probably won't be finished by Easter because Easter's so early this year. Okay, two more whips. Fat Quarter Shop is doing a stitch along for this. Prim and Proper by Lori Holt. I am stitching it with the called for a floss on the called for fabric, which is 25 count Prim Lugana by Bee Stitch by Lori Holt. Not Bee Stitch me. I finished this part. This was part 1. I think this is part 2. And I think part 3 moves over into the flowers, but I might finish the border first. This is really like pleasant stitching and easy stitching. The fabric is really nice to work on. It's easy. So yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying doing that, and I'm usually doing that at nighttime instead of working more on. Instead of working more on whatever my March Madness calls were, just because I guess I'm trying to give each of them a fair amount of time or equal amount of time. Okay, that's the last whip, and I don't have a picture of it because it's a digital. So it's by Jardin Privé. The title is in French, but basically it is it's a mystery stitch along with a bunch of birdhouses. It's gonna go for like 6 months, I think. Yeah, because you get like 2 birdhouses a month, birds and birdhouses, and it's like they're all on a fence, and it goes through the season. So like January is wintry themed, February is Valentine's Day themed, and so on and so forth. It's really cute. It is a mystery, so I don't know what the rest look like. But the first pattern release was March. Before March, she released, if you purchased it, she released this border. So this is as long as it's going to be, which is, I think, 22 inches. It's on a 32 count natural linen by Zweigart that I got at Hobby Lobby. The called for floss is DMC. So here, this is some of them. I had to buy some others. And then this is as far as I got. So this is the end of release 1. So there's going to be two little birdhouses. There's like 3 posts to the fence. And so one birdhouse here, one birdhouse here. Snowflakes because it's winter. Yeah, it's really super cute. You should go look it up on her website. I can find it for you if you can't find it. Just message me. But yeah, that is. So I've been working on that a little bit too at nights after work. And I plan to keep up with that one. So you'll be seeing that regularly. Okay, that's all my stitching whips. I do have one quilting whip, but I'm not gonna drag it out because I didn't prepare that way. But I have one quilt that I'm working on. It's called Stolen Kisses by Basic Gray. I can't remember the designer. The fabric is Basic Gray by Moda. And it was a kit I got from Fat Quarter Shop, and I really like the blocks. And I'm thinking about giving it to my brother as a wedding present. He's getting married in May, like May 22nd or something. So yeah, I'll have to fly to Washington for that with my family, which will be a quick trip, but it'll be fun. You know, weddings are always fun, almost always fun. I don't know, I haven't been to that many, but all the ones I've been to have been good. Okay, so I'm gonna get into haul. Like I said, there's kind of a good bit because it's been a while since I filmed. So where to start? I'll show you the Be Stitch Me. So if you've seen this already, fabric of the month. I get the 32 count Lugana, Fat Quarter. called Sand Dollar. It is kind of, it's not so much brown. I don't know how to describe this color. It's pretty. All of her stuff is pretty, but I don't know how to describe the color. Sorry. And then here is, so I'm in the Silk of the Month as well. So 5, we usually get 5. Usually it's only 10-yard skeins, but she did one as a 20-yard skein, this Vampire Kiss, which is really pretty. And then this one's called Red Barn, Poppy, Red Velvet, and Sangria. So these are pretty. Usually they kind of coordinate with the fabric, and she didn't do that this month. I don't know if that's something she's always doing or what, but these are really quite nice. There's Floss, fabric. Okay. And then I finally from Russia got my Floss for the coffee sampler and the tea sampler by Owl Forest. So I can finally start these one day when I finally have the urge. So yeah, Mary Ashcraft and I are doing a stitch along, but she's already started and I'm woefully behind because I finally got the floss. It took 3 months. And that was really just kind of coincidence. I think it was like a bad time to order. The order had to go out on a ship instead of on the airplane, but it finally arrived, so yay. And I've ordered stuff from them before and it hasn't taken that long. So I know that it was just COVID stuff, COVID related or whatever, what have you. Okay. Happy Little Stitch Shop. Like I said, I'm in her, so I get Glitter Village once a month. Haven't started this, but this is Glitter House 3. And then I got the winter Madame Chantilly pattern along with the thread, and I'm going to stitch it on this 32 count raw silver Belfast linen by Swagart. It's opalescent, really like it. So that's that, and now I have every single one of those queued up and ready to start someday. And then I placed an order a while back from, well, I joined, so Fiberlicious Fiber Company. I think she was initially a yarn dyer, and she's crossed over into the world of cross stitch. She has a fabric club. Here's the information. So I joined in February because she posted this gorgeous cherry blush color, and I said, yes, please, I need that. So I signed up. I get 36 count linen. And then she, I think, just posted this as a teaser. So I got some of this Dandelion Dance floss, which I'm going to stitch on this piece of linen, and I'm going to do a long dog sampler. I think I'm going to do the one called Resistance is Futile. If you haven't seen that, you should go look at it. It's a band sampler, and it's just really pretty. I remember when I first started stitching, and I heard of long dog samplers, and I looked at their stuff, and I was like, yeah, it's nice, but I'm never going to stitch that stuff. And now I have one started with like 3 that I want to start. So, and then I also I think with that, when I signed up for that Fabric of the Month club, I just placed an order for a couple, with Fiberlicious, I placed an order for a couple other just random things to try them out. This is a silk in, that's called the Withered Rose. So it's a real pretty, like variegated pink, blue, 40 single strands. So I don't know how much, I mean, that would get you a decent amount on the monochromatic. This is just a random brown called Cappuccino. And then I wanted to try some of her fabric as well. So this is Buttercream in the 36 count linen. This is Cafe Misto and a Lugana 28 count. And this is Haystack in a 32 count liner. So that would be good for a Halloween pattern. Those one I don't have plans for. They were just random stash acquisitions. I'm sure you've seen Kathy Haberman's or Hands-On Designs new block party. She has 2 new ones coming out for not Market, whatever the replacement of Market is. That's this weekend. I can't remember. She has 2 new releases, and I pre-ordered them from Needle Case Goodies. But because I liked those so much, and then I saw, oh, she has back ones, I ordered 2 of the other ones. So Buzz and Java, and it came with the button pack. I got these from a seller on Etsy. I just searched for Hands-On Design block party, and these 2 came up. She has a couple more, but I don't think I'll stitch those. I just liked the Java and the Buzz. So those, and then this was for another long dog sampler that was actually gonna be part of my madness plans, I was gonna put 2 long dog samplers against each other because I started Pavane, and then I want to start Scarlet Ribands. But so I got it kitted up. This is 40 count mallow linen with cranberry bell swab. I think it'll just be, that pattern's gorgeous. Sorry, I don't feel like editing, so I'm not going to insert a picture. But long dog samplers, Scarlet Ribands. You'll see it one day as a whip. I need to be like Lori Holt and like start things on specific holidays, but that's just not I don't know. I can't be told when to start something, basically, because I find I don't follow through. Okay. Excited to say I was a winner of a giveaway on Stitching with the Housewives. So I got my Bunny Bakery floss pack to stitch. When I'll start it, I don't know. I'm kind of sad that Easter's so early this year because it's going to cut my Easter stitching short. Not that we're like big Easter celebrators, but I don't know. I like, my kid gets excited about the Easter Bunny and Easter egg hunts, so I like decorating for it. But it's like the first weekend in April, so it's going to cut my Easter stitching short. I'll have to find something to insert with it, or to do between then and like summer. I don't know. What do you guys decorate with after Easter? I guess just spring. But I don't have a lot of spring stuff. I don't know. First world problems, right? Ink Circles has a new series called Rabbit Rabbit that I signed up for with Crazy Annie Stitchin'. So we got January, it's one a month, January, February, March, and you get the finishing supplies. They didn't kit it up. I think it's finishing supplies, yeah, from Lady Creates. So it's like the backing for the pillow and the edging stuff for all 3 of them. So I got that. These will stitch up fast. So I got those, and then the next 3 are coming out at Market. And then I also, with Crazy Annie Stitchin', I'm in the Lady Creates finishing club. So this came with like back quarters, some trim. I think these are just some pins. And it came with like wax. I think that's to like thread conditioner wax, which I don't use very much, but I need to like keep some down by my stitchy spot because I'm getting a collection of it that I don't use. I guess I could give some away. Anyway, okay, now I have a lot of floss again because it's been a little bit, and I just had a couple things come in. So Stitchy Box has a Silk of the Month floss club that I'm in. I think this might be my last month. I signed up for like a 4-month period, 4-month something, but these came in. I haven't stitched with any of them yet, but they're all very pretty, and I feel like you can't go wrong with silk, and I feel like it's relatively fairly priced. So I got those, and then back in December, she was having like a sale for floss. And so I placed an order then, and it just came in. I think it maybe said it was going to take that long to ship. I don't really know, but it just took a while to ship. So these are the ones I ordered. These are the silks that I got. Again, all by Stitchy Box. This is like this is called Fat Orchid, and I think it would be a good replacement for like black coffee, because I know Classic Colorworks black coffee was like hard to find for a while. Thought I would try out a Dinky Dyes, so this is just a random pretty color in petunia. And then they do a lot of like limited edition colors with Gentle Arts. Stitchy Box does. So these are all limited edition colors from the Gentle Arts. They have names. I'm not going to go through them. But yeah, it's kind of a lot of browns and some greens and a random purple. But I find that I really enjoy being able to, I like having a large stash because I like being able to just pull from my stash and go. And so I'm kind of, I'm going back and forth. Some days I'm like, man, why do I need all this stuff? And then some days I'm like, yeah, this is great. The pattern just came out. I can order it as a PDF and start it today if I want, because I have a lot of supplies. So anyways, and then I signed up for 3L Threads nest egg for Gentle Arts, 5 yard skeins, and that came in. This was my first month. So she clearly is doing it in alphabetical order, because almost all of these start with R. And a lot of them I didn't have, which is good. Sorry, I'm just trying to get them laid out on my board. Not that it matters that much, but so here they are. Red Grape, Ruby Slipper, Piney Woods, Rose Garden, Red Plum, Otter Creek, Roasted Marshmallow, Sable. This, I think, is my like very favorite brown. It has really good variegation. It's just a really pretty brown. I feel like I've used it in a lot of things. Mustard seed and rhubarb. So that's that. And last but not least, was enabled by Stitch Up Housewives. They always, Creative Carol Designs, I think is the name of the shop. She always sends them bags. Yeah, Creative Carol Designs. And they showed this one on one of there's the tag. They showed this one on one of their floss tubes. I just was like, oh, that's so nice. Let me go try out her bags. So I did. So I ordered this one, and then I ordered this one, which is a pretty like, it's got metallic kind of in it. They're really nice quality. Like the vinyl's thick. They feel sturdy. Yeah, and the handle's kind of a neat feature. Okay, we are 45 minutes in. I've kind of already went over plans, so that's that. I probably won't. I work next weekend, so unless I'm feeling really motivated to film, I probably won't. Probably be 2 weekends from now. So yeah, that would be good because I'll have a lot of progress on. Sorry, I was looking at my bracket, my March Madness bracket, because I'll have a lot of progress on projects if I film in 2 weeks. Or I should. I mean, I'll even have a quilt finish. So yeah, that's really all I have. Thank you for coming back. And liking, subscribing, all the things. I don't really have much else to say. I really get a lot of joy from floss tubes. So I hope my videos bring you joy. I feel like sometimes I'm kind of not as peppy as I could be, but it's not my personality really at all. I'm not a made me laugh because Mary Ashcraft was talking about RBF, or resting bitch face. And yeah, I suffer from that like a lot. So people frequently think I'm mad or upset, and really I'm not. It's just my face. So yeah. Anyways, I don't know where I was going with that, but thank you for watching. Thank you for the subscribers. I Like I said, I get a lot of joy from Flosstube. So if my video brings you joy, I'd love to hear about it. Love to know if there's any like constructive feedback you have. I'm open to it. I don't guarantee anything will change, but I don't mind hearing it. So, yeah, I'm going to stop here because I'm rambling now. Thank you for watching. This was a longer video. Hopefully that's okay with you guys. I find that I watch a lot of my Flosstube videos on 1.5 speed. One, because I can get through more content, and two, now that if I watch them on regular speed, I'm like, man, these people are talking slow. So, except for some, like Janet Jabber, she's a fast talker. But I still watch her on 1.5, and I can still understand. And actually, I've heard studies that you comprehend better if you hear it a little faster speed. I don't remember what. I know I heard that in school. I can't remember what it was with relation to, but anyway, thank you for watching again. I'm gonna sign off here. I hope everybody had fun stitching and listening to me jabber, and I will see you in 2 weeks.